This episode is brought to you by Green Chef. Darby,
Yes.
the Jolly Giant, Thumbs,
So important.
broccoli.
Right?
What do all three of these have in common? Is that
They've
they're
been inside
best.
me. Oh.
Is that they're best when they're green. And that's why I only eat Green Chef. Green Chef is the only certified clean meal kit tested by the Clean Label Project and the most sustainable meal kit with 20% less food waste and 100% offset delivery emissions. I'm always worried about my emissions.
Oh, gosh. Well, she just keeps letting too much out.
Head to greenchef.com/50IMHO and use code 50IMHO to get 50% off your first month, then 20% off for 2 months.
That's code 50IMHO at greenchef.com/50IMHO.
Ask us your questions, we'll give you our opinions. Tell us your stories, we'll give you our opinions. Read us from your diary, we'll give you our opinions. It's in my homosexual opinion. IMHO, the podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to IMHO, the podcast. My name is Alexis P. Bevels, and joining me today is someone topical, someone current, and I'm just going to let them introduce themselves. Hi, how are you?
Oh, hello, Alexis. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to spread the message.
Of course, amongst other things.
I guess I should. You better stop it. You're bad. Now, I did want to. Obviously, y'all don't know me yet, but you will. My name is Christina Gnomes. That is with an S at the end. There are multiple of me.
Yeah.
I saw, you may have seen in the news this week that
Huge week for crossdressers.
But also kind of a bad week for crossdressers because crossdressing is legitimate. I stand here as both a crossdresser and an ally of people who wear clothes that I don't necessarily like. Like, I'm not a huge fan of anything that's chiffon or mesh, but I do it for the people. You understand?
Yeah.
And Christina Gnomes' husband putting giant balloons in his shirt with nipples that are all
kind
looking
of
in different directions.
Higgledy-piggledy
nipples is what we call it in the cross-dressing community. I just wanted to be here and say, like, it's fine.
Listen,
do what you want.
And of course, the cross-section of a lot of cross-dressers is Christianity. So they prefer the cross and they're dressing for the cross.
Exactly. I'm wearing this so that I can be crucified if need be.
Yeah.
You never know. There might be a moment where someone suddenly has to crucify me. I am an accountant and it is tax season. So I do feel like I'm being crucified.
Honey.
I do feel like I'm being crucified.
Now,
I'm Christina Gnomes.
Yes. Now, the cross-dressing community is vast. It's a network the likes of which we do not even know the depth of.
You can't possibly. Because,
and they haven't, and much like vampires, they haven't had their day in the sun. This is kind of the biggest news in the cross-dressing community. As a cross-dresstress, how do you feel about one of your, I'm assuming, sort of formative members? I mean, is he a higher up in the community, or is he... How do you feel about him being kind of outed, as it were?
Are you talking about Mr. Gnomes, a
Yes.
singular gnome?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Cross-dressers are not monoliths. You know, like, I don't have giant boobs, and that's just because the balloons popped. It's so hot today.
Yeah.
But he's doing something we call bimbofication. Okay?
Tell me, this was a word I saw many times on my socials. Would you please go into bimbofication?
Absolutely. And I thank you for asking me that. So bimbofication is just when a hardworking man with a good Christian family and kids and guns also, they decide, I sexualize women. I don't look at them as real people. I bet that feels kind of cool. And then they want to be the most bimbo that they can. To quote one of my favorite bimbos, it's Sunday. It's supposed to be a day of rest, but not for me, because you'll never be resting if you're cross-dressing, okay? Because you have to live your regular life, and then you cross-dress.
You got to go pray to the cross, and then you got to go home and do the cross.
I'm Christina Gnomes. plural.
Maybe you do.
Christina
And the New York Times
Gnomes.
crossword that day is really difficult. So you are firing on all cylinders.
Girl, okay.
As a cross-dresser.
I have got to break this character just for a moment because I do want to. Annie, I'm going to take my camera. Thank you.
Friends, welcome Darby to the pod.
Hello. I just wanted to say to everyone watching, yes,
and
we're
listening.
having a little, well, if you're listening and you're driving, speed up. Anyone who's having a little trepidation, laughing along with, well, Alexis, really, I'm not laughing. You can. Listen, legitimately, I love the cross-dressing community.
Oh, yeah.
Legitimately, when you play a gay bar in bumfuck nowhere, your best audience members will be cross-dressers.
Mm-hmm.
They care about each other. They travel in a murder.
They care about the arts. They go see theater on one specific day. They dress up in their Sunday best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's be honest. We're
Let
not
cross-dressers be cross-dressers.
No.
The issue I have is that his boobs were not placed correctly.
And the issue I
if
have...
you could put your nipples anywhere, why would you choose those places?
So number one, the issue, there's no issue. It's just funny that a woman who has no respect for humanity, specifically, queer people and people of color.
The trans, you've heard of the trans?
It's
They're
just real fun that the call is coming from literally inside the house.
Is it fun or is it so predictable you're bored?
Oh, it's so predictable. I'm bored. But make no mistake, we are not making light of the cross-dressing community. I echo everything Darby said.
I am, but just that guy.
I honestly think they probably don't want him. I agree with you that the cross-dressing community is beautiful. And the only thing is I wish they were more widely accepted. But they probably don't want him. They probably don't
every
claim
cross-dresser
him.
is beautiful.
It's like with the trans community and like a Caitlyn Jenner
like anyone
type of
in
thing.
any group, there's some gross ones. Okay?
Oh yeah, there's exceptions to every rule.
But yeah, see,
cross sections.
Here's the ally. Here's the thing too: is when I was gonna say, well, I don't want to. This sounds really mean. How do I say this nice?
Hey, you're in a safe space. You can be as mean as you want.
Okay. I think you only fear cross-dressing because the moment you see a straight cis man put on a wig and just a little bit of lipstick, does not overdraw, just keeps the lips exactly as they are, whether they exist or not, I think the first thing you think is, oh my God, does my dad do this? And I want you to know, as someone who has a gay dad now, yes, he is doing that. And aren't you happy for him? Let him live his dream. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Everyone's
but of course,
applauding at home.
As with most things, if everything was widely kind of
Christina
accepted,
Gnomes.
if everything was widely
Plural.
kind of accepted and everything was, in the air, there wouldn't be any
fair
malice and any kind of hate about it because everyone would just be doing their own thing.
If we didn't have hate, we wouldn't have love.
If you,
so you do have to hate
if you put a sign that says don't press the red button, you want to press the red button. But if you just leave the red button there, no one's going to notice it. No one's going to care. We're all worried about ourselves.
I'm still going to press it.
Yeah.
Speaking as Christina Gnomes, because another thing about cross-dressers, thank you. Another thing about cross-dressers, we're very curious. We like to explore. Some people are too afraid to take those feelings to an Amazon.com page and select giant balloon / smallest t-shirt. Okay. But we are brave. We explore. We try new things. So if there's a red button on the wall, I'm going to put on some red lipstick that matches. I'm going to touch it.
And if you're a crossdresser and you're listening, know that you're welcome here. We love you.
Yes. I, Christina Gnomes, want to apologize if I've given us a bad name, but just know I'm a bimbo, baby, and my wife has a sex plane.
Do you think that's why he was... Oh, that's Lauren Boebert. I was thinking, do you think the husband, Lauren Boebert, was all up in her boobs during that play because he wanted to gauge what size he should order?
I gotta say, if that was what he was doing, you picked the wrong size. I know it's a different guy, but let's say that was the reason.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest with you, sir. You're a very big man. And so I understand
anyone can do whatever they want.
Why you went for the biggest boobs possible.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, when we first start doing drag, what do? We buy a bra and panties. We buy a long, straight blonde wig that we think is going to go good with our face. It doesn't.
Yeah.
And
it's a hard front.
It's a hard front, but you don't feel any sexier in your entire life than you do in that moment.
Yeah.
Even after you learn makeup, even after you learn how to do this. Annie, I'm going to need a close up. My camera. This.
God, you look stunning.
Thank you.
It's seamless.
When you're exploring, there's just something so hot about that. I will say, when I was, I'm back to Darby, by the way. Christina Gnomes had to go.
Welcome to Darby.
Heard an immigrant. Okay, so when I first started hooking up with people after I had discovered that my tiny little skinny body looked great in panties, you understand? It surprised the hell out of me how many quote unquote straight, I know, guys, like I would put on a full face of makeup and like hair, and I'd be, really like they'd come in and I'd keep my voice down. I'd be like, oh, okay. You gonna take your pants off, daddy? Like that. But
trigger warning for being horny.
Are you not already horny seeing what you see? Does Christina Gnomes not do it for you?
You know what?
Wow, her allyship fell.
I love gnomes. The creatures.
Yeah.
The creatures.
You are a gnome. Anyway, anytime I'd hook up with a guy like that, first of all of the makeup would come off in the middle. They wouldn't care. But secondly, if they texted and was like, hey, can I come over? I'd be like, I'm not doing all that. Like, I'm not putting on all that. Fuck that. And they'll be like, I don't care. Just put on the bra and panties. Like, it is so, the bar is low.
The bar is low.
Do you understand?
I will never.
And I did it.
I won't regret this, but I'll always kind of wonder. There was an older gentleman that he found me. Do you know that app Kik, K-I-K? He must have seen me on an app.
A messaging app?
Yeah. He must have seen me on an app and like cold messaged me.
Hot.
And I thought, interesting, let's see where this goes. He ended up coming to a show that I did, and he was, those stickers that say you are beautiful?
They started in Chicago.
Yeah, I do, because allegedly this man, by the way, all alleged.
I'm Christina Gnomes.
This man
plural.
said he invented those.
Christina. My friends call me Christy. Go ahead.
He invented those stickers that say you are beautiful, allegedly.
No.
Yeah, gnome. And he came to the show, and he was a rich older guy, and I thought, okay, this is it. This is my moment. I'm going to be
kept.
I'm going to be a kept woman. I'm going to be, what is that app? What's that one dating app?
I'm married.
Sweet for like sugar babies.
You were on that app. I was never on that.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was called. Baby Need Money.
Anyways.
.org.
Seeking arrangements.
Seeking
it was
arrangements
very
for baby.
Seeking arrangements. And his thing was he really wanted to take me to get my nails done. But I could not get over the idea that I would have to get in full drag for that. And I was like, and so he would message me. And then one time I was going to do it. He said he was on Lakeshore Drive. He was coming here. And then I chickened out and I said, no, sorry, I'm not getting in makeup. Sorry. And he was like, I'm on Lakeshore Drive. His driver.
We're all on Lakeshore Drive.
We've
all been on Lakeshore Drive, baby.
Anyway,
life is one big
allegedly.
Lakeshore Drive.
And so then he never responded
the traffic
again.
gets better once you get past that curve.
I know, I should have done it, but I'm glad I didn't, because all roads lead to who we are. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's not a moment I regret in life. If anything, my regrets are that I didn't go far enough.
You didn't go further. Yeah.
Like, my regret is that when guys texted and said, hey, is she around? And I said, no, I'm not doing all that.
Is she around? That's so funny. Talking about you like you're in third.
You're a really bad ally.
I'm just laughing at the vocabulary of is she around? It's like almost taking
when people
you
call
out of
you
it.
She, I never laugh. I think they're being serious.
It's not the gender of it. I'm laughing because
I'm kidding.
It's like you're her secretary.
I am. And I'd be like, I'm not doing all that. They'd be like, okay, just bra and panties. I wish I'd pushed it further and put on this hair first.
It's so, I gotta say, listener, she is wearing, I thought, a bald cap and then cut up a wig and glued it to the back and the sides of the head. But apparently this is just, you can purchase this.
You can purchase this at a local boutique.
We'll have an affiliate link in the...
Yeah. HalloweenExpress.com. Have you ever been into an abandoned Joann's? Jones.
Oh, Joanne.
Can I be honest?
I miss her.
The only coffee you can get in the Burbank airport is Jones Coffee.
Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage.
And I've never seen. I would love that.
I like Jones Coffee.
Okay.
We've
Opposite.
had. Oh, you didn't like it?
Opposite day.
I thought we had a good Jones that one time when we all went to.
Well, because
Seattle.
we're in airport and it's early and I get to drink coffee.
Or New York.
That's all I care about. But I got to admit, there's a reason I think we don't see it out in the wild and we only see it in the Burbank airport. Jones, listen, I'm not mad at you. And thank you so much for it was a blueberry cobbler latte. Horrible. Loved it. Thank you. But they'll never be coffee bean.
You're a purist.
Coffee bean. Annie, I'm going to take my camera. Coffee bean. Where me. I'm sorry. Coffee bean. It's where me, Christina Gnomes, that's with an S, it's plural, and all of my good Judys, I'm kidding, they're all named Tiffany. All of my good Tiffany's, we go to get our little coffee on.
That's one thing I will.
They really put the bean in coffee bean. I'm so sorry. I don't usually wear my gloves because I am an accountant, but I decided to be fancy today.
Yeah, and you've got your bows on your knees. They're so delicate.
Bony knees. Bony knees.
I will say that's the one thing I miss about Facebook is all the friend requests from the Tiffany's, the Crystals. I love them. I love
best.
Them. There's nobody better. Speaking of Burbank Airport and coffee, we just got back from San Francisco and I had a blast.
San Francisco.
How did you feel about our weekend of shows? Our tour, by the way, 2026 tour.
Listen, what a long tour it's been so far. We've done 2 whole cities. It's in a month.
Emphasis on the whole.
A lot.
Hollywood and San Francisco.
Girl, I got to be honest with you. My hole is feeling so much better.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was able to put a finger up there.
Oh my God, fabulous.
I didn't like that part, but I do it for my husband.
Oh, I had the best time.
I did too.
I love San Francisco. I love Bo and the Castro. Thank you to everyone who came out and saw the show.
Oh my God. Let me tell y'all this. We've been playing like comedy clubs and theaters and stuff. This was our first time doing it at
in a nightclub proper.
Yeah, which we weren't sure how it would work because there's a lot of like video and audio cues. And I know that's just not how it works there.
And different spaces have different vibes, but cheese and crackers, you guys.
But it went great. And the clunky part.
You made us feel.
You played into
so
it.
good.
You laughed. We just had the best
Yeah,
time.
it was really lovely. I had so much fun.
So thank you to Bo. Thank you to Josh for bringing us up there.
Thank you to Josh. And if you're in the San Francisco area or the Bay Area or Oakland,
yes,
go check out Bo. I think our vibes, our essence are still in there.
I just love every time we go to San Francisco because I know that where we stay, I know exactly what to expect and it has everything I need.
Mm-hmm.
We can walk to coffee, or if we want, I don't know, a cookie of a penis on a stick, we can walk and get one of those.
Oh my God. And if you don't know about San Francisco, it's, I'm going to say loosely legal to be naked outside. Yeah. As long as you're wearing
penises.
Footwear and as long as if you're sitting down, you've got something in between your body and the chairs.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Who'd you ask?
Jeeves.
Oh,
so I have a new assistant. His name's Jeeves, and he doesn't use AI.
Jeeves is also a crossdresser, though.
Jeeves is a crossdresser, but he doesn't know that we know that, so we can't talk about it publicly.
But her persona is called Gemini.
Yeah, but it is pronounced
Google
Gemini.
You know that's just Jeeves.
It is pronounced Gemini.
That's just Jeeves.
But anyway, so I asked Jeeves, and she said, "Yeah, it's like loosely legal. I think only around
Remember
the
how
Castro.
Red and like wet
Baby,
that guy's foreskin was.
It was
like
most.
9 a.m.
It was the most foreskin I've ever seen.
Grow up. You should be inside, sir.
It looked like your dress, honestly.
Girl, it was so red.
She's wearing a lot of tulle, a lot of pink tulle.
I am, and it's not my favorite fabric, just because my wife prefers me in satin.
She prefers you in Luan. If I would.
In the
Luan is like stretchy pants material.
What do you feel? What do you feel about Luan?
Luann, I'm happy for her, and I think she looks beautiful, and I think she should fuck whoever she wants.
I gotta be honest. I think the cabaret, ha ha ha. She's doing cabaret.
I think that's fine.
That's over. I think we're done with that, Luann.
Well, no, I think she's fine. I think she should chase her dreams, but I don't need to see another television show with that group of women on.
I don't think we will, but we will see Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
I am watching Ladies of London, and I like it.
It's back?
There's a new reign, and there's a man on there. His name's Mark.
No thanks. I don't want that.
He is, his apartment is gorgeous.
I don't care. I don't want that.
It looks like a palace.
You're a man. Listen, gender roles are there for a reason, okay? Men aren't supposed to be on women's shows. Ew.
Yeah, that's too much of a cross-contamination.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ally.
Darby, I don't know about you, but do you remember trying all the diets of
Atkins.
this one's like all meat, and then this one's like no meat, and then this one's like just apples, an apple a day.
Caveman
Christian
diet,
remember when
Garden
Christian
of Eden
Bale
diet.
he did The Machinist and he lost all that weight, said he was just drinking black coffee and
I didn't
eating
care for
one
that.
apple
That's
a
bad
day.
for you.
Well, I tried it for one day and then I was like, oh, I'm hungry. But luckily, there's Green Chef.
I do love Green Chef.
Yeah.
And it's not just because it comes with just easy, ready to make meals. And I can convince my husband that I actually learned something when I didn't.
And beautiful, concisely clear cards to tell you what to do. Those
And
beautiful
pictures.
cards.
And pictures.
Yeah, with pictures and
Also, if you need help, maybe let's say that you're doing this by yourself and this is really just your first time taking control of your health, eating better. Green Chef also offers unlimited one-on-one nutritional coaching.
yes.
And that's huge. I already have a husband who tells me everything I'm doing wrong with food, so I'm good. But if this is your first time doing it, I love that that's available. Unlimited.
Wait, what did I have the other day? Oh, the pesto and kale salad flatbreads. I know what you're thinking.
Kale.
The word salad in there
Oh.
is triggering. But guess what? Flatbread is just different for pizza. Baby, that's a pizza according to my mouth and my taste buds. I'm sorry, I called you baby again. I don't know why.
It's just really upsetting.
I don't know
It's
why
really
I
upsetting
do
to me.
it.
I think I think it's because I look like a baby. But I eat like a grown-up with Green Chef.
Green Chef. Head to greenchef.com/50 IMHO and use code 50 IMHO to get 50% off your first month, then 20% off for 2 months.
That's code 50 IMHO at greenchef.com/50 IMHO.
Darby introduced me to yet another British show that I'm now obsessed with. She started with Taskmaster and now there's a show. Do you want to tell him? Are you Darby or are you Christina?
I'm sorry?
Right now.
I'm both. That's
Okay.
the thing about us cross-dressers. We contain multitudes. And some of
Darcina.
us contain balloons for boobs.
Darby, listen, you introduced me to a show. Do you,
You
want to
put the nipples
explain?
any way you want.
Do you want to explain?
Yes, it's called Last One Laughing. Okay. So they get comedians, they put them in a room for 6 hours,
And it feels like Big Brother style. Like you can tell there's
Cameras
no sunlight,
everywhere.
there's no windows.
cameras
Yeah.
everywhere. And then they can't laugh or smile for 6 hours. So they're just constantly trying to make each other break. It is genuinely one of the most brilliant shows I've
Oh my
ever
God.
seen.
And then the host is trying to make them laugh and they all have to do, they call them jokers, which is like basically anything funny on the stage
skit.
and you can't laugh. I'm watching it. I'm also trying not to laugh just to see if I have that within me. And then you
failed.
laugh harder.
Yeah, you failed.
Because no, it's
You were
just so
scream
funny.
laughing.
It was so
when we were
funny.
watching. And to be fair, the episode I started you with did have a lot of fart humor. And I knew that was
Oh,
right
yeah.
up her alley.
Well, here's
her
the thing.
butthole.
Here's the thing.
That's
is
what we call her alley.
There is nothing funnier to me than someone who is able to deliver a joke and not laugh themselves. It is something I do not have.
Kunk on Earth, she's one of them.
Yeah, Diane.
She's on it.
Morgan or
Diane
Warren?
Morgan. Diane Morgan.
Diane Morgan.
Alan
Diane Warren has never
Carr.
won an Oscar.
Sam Campbell. Okay,
Sam Campbell.
let me say this.
I would make out with him.
Brave. Let me say this. I think I was having this conversation with my brother. I think Sam Campbell,
I don't
for
need to bring
me,
him up.
part of me, is the funniest person alive.
I think he's
currently.
the funniest
I
person
think
alive.
He's a genius.
Can I
He's
be
a
can I be
genius.
safe? Sam, if you're out there, if you're listening, or Sam's girlfriend, if you're out there, all respect about saying I would make out with him. I would only do it with your permission. I am a little worried about him because he
Why?
did not laugh. I mean, he does not laugh.
Yeah.
He never cracks, and it's like, you know, the funniest people are the ones who are hurting the most inside.
Tears of a clown.
Tears of a clown.
Tears
And
of a clown.
I'm just a little worried. I want Sam to be okay, and I want everyone to check on your friends.
That's the thing, though. Okay, comedy does come from tragedy. Okay, tragedy plus time equals comedy.
Tragedy plus time equals comedy.
I want to. Well, the host is Jimmy Carr, who
Jimmy
I have
Carr.
very mixed feelings about, but I feel good about the fact that he's not aging well, and that makes me feel good.
Oh, I
Anyway.
think he's quite handsome.
He is handsome. It's the hair he needs to figure out. Jimmy, he's also one of those guys that's like, aren't we too woke? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we got to have a
gross.
little bit of those.
Yeah, without that, we won't know what is woke if we don't have anti-woke. You understand?
Yeah.
I love,
Is this funny? Never woke a bear.
I'm sorry.
Like never poke a bear, but like never woke a bear. Because it's like, who do I want versus a bear versus a man? I'm picking the bear.
Oh, can I answer your first question? Is it funny?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
So I love it. I love Sam Campbell. I do believe.
Annie, can we
have to
reach
have-
out to Sam Campbell? Can we see if
will
he's
you
available?
Will you email Sam Campbell? I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it's just samcampbell@gmail.com, probably.
I bet he uses a Yahoo, ironically. Or an AOL.com.
Do you think that still exists?
Yes, I know that it does.
Uh-oh.
Because some of our
Oh, no.
emails-
Oh, they come from Yahoo?
Yeah. And if you want to email us,
Email
IMHOthePodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to call us, we haven't done voicemails in a minute, but we do have a voicemail. It's 805-222-0026.
Pow!
Darby, I have to consult my
Uh-huh.
my scroll,
Okay.
but
I'm glad you're getting your money's worth out of these scrolls. Because I got to admit, knowing your financial status and knowing that you bought a 6-pack of scrolls for one
Yeah.
joke, I was upset. But a 6-pack of scrolls for now, this is, I think, the 4th time you've used it.
I gotta say I love them.
Yeah.
It makes me want to write things down more, and I'm trying to be more analog. I'm trying to get away from AI. Did you hear my stomach just now? It growled.
Mm-mm.
So this is our Easter episode. I didn't know if you knew that, but
Happy
coming up is
Easter.
Easter. And I want to start. What's your relationship to Easter? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What was it like
Wait.
for you growing up?
We're recording this. Easter's this Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
This
So
will
this
come
will
out
be after the fact.
4 days after.
So this will be after the
Okay,
fact.
sure.
Well, Jesus rizzed up the disciples.
He rizzed up on Easter.
Jesus rizzed up the disciples on day 4.
I did see a comedian do stand up about Jesus and stuff. And he said, I wonder when Jesus came back to life. Did he come back to life like on Sunday and then immediately rose?
He probably hung out in his cave.
Or did he wake up on Saturday and go, oh my God, I've done so much. Let me just have a day to myself. And
Yeah.
he just stayed in the hole. I
Do
don't
you
know
know
who that
what?
comedian was, but I did take your material.
Do you know what? I think
I'm Christina Gnomes.
you know what we were talking about earlier is I think movies are back.
optimistic.
I think movies are coming back. I haven't been excited for so many movies in so long, besides Wicked. We talked about Forbidden Fruits. We're going to see that.
We're going to see that tomorrow.
We're going to see that tomorrow at time of filming. There's a new movie. I want to say this. You, Me, and Tuscany is a new rom-com led by Hawkeye from Bridgerton, and Ariel.
Now,
The People's Ariel.
it looks cute, but
Halle
it's definitely
Bailey.
a plane watch.
Well,
I've
no,
watched that on a plane.
No. Here's
You
the
ever-
thing:
You ever flown on a plane?
there is someone. I saw a screenshot of a Twitter. There is another female director that said she was told by some company that they're waiting to see how Yumi and Tuscany does before they approve her movie. She has a movie already done. So there's a lot riding on this, and just like Black-led stories, Black-led rom-coms. I'm just really excited. I'm so excited to see it in theater, even before knowing all that. So we should all go see Yumi and Tuscany.
If you're a person of a certain age, though, Under the Tuscan Sun.
Well, that's what
Can
I'm
you believe
thinking.
it?
There is
Can
no
you believe that
there is
movie?
no equation in which Tuscany and a rom-com doesn't equal perfection.
Have you ever been to Tuscany?
Oh my God. Yes. I went there with my second husband, which is crazy because we married on Easter.
Yeah.
Reginald.
Yeah.
And we went to Tuscany. I'll tell you what, I didn't see much of outside the room.
Why? Was he sick?
No, we were binge watching the X-Files. I started X-Files today.
In Italian?
That's why I'm starting it now because I've never seen it.
You say, hey, you want some spaghetti?
And so I started X-Files today because I need something new to put in the background.
I met an Italian person in San Francisco at our one of our meet and greets. And he said Italian and I said, can I do these? And he said, yeah. And I was like, you don't find that offensive? And he's like, no, the only people who find that offensive are not Italian.
Yeah, they haven't been repressed, so it's fine. Okay.
Oppressed.
So,
You said it wrong. I'm going to have to oppress you a little more so you understand.
Ooh,
I'm Christina Gnomes.
So what is your relationship to Easter? How did you feel about it growing up? Did you like
Easter. I loved Easter.
Yeah, tell me why.
Okay, first of all, there's a Judy Garland movie called Easter Parade. So I knew for a fact I could make everyone in the house watch Judy Garland movies that day. I knew Easter Parade would be on.
You were just
TCM.
constantly looking for your moment to put a Judy Garland movie in and not be like questioned about it.
I had so little going for me in my childhood. Sometimes I do think back to my childhood, like, why was I so obsessed with Judy Garland? And then I realized, like, oh, because I wasn't allowed to openly like girly things. And Judy Garland was a girly thing. However, my dad was really into musicals. My dad loved Judy Garland. My dad's gay now.
Shocking.
And so that was like the one really girly thing I could like openly. And yeah, I fucking love Easter Parade. It's such a good movie.
It's so funny, the mental gymnastics that we will...
Shaking the blues away.
Yes.
No, we'd get Easter baskets.
Yes.
Love that shit. And we were allowed to take our candy with us to church so that during the I almost said ceremony, during the service
you could have
we could eat Easter candy.
Pick me up. Oh my God, heaven.
Putting a child in a church to listen to an adult man talk about the Bible, that's child abuse. I'm convinced of it.
That's honestly,
it's
grooming.
Did you see
okay.
Chicago Bulls guy who got fired for being homophobic?
I've heard about this, but no, I didn't.
There was a man. Clay Aiken. There was a man who got drafted by the Bulls and then hurt himself, so he doesn't really play. And not drafted, traded. And so because he's hurt, he like went on Instagram Live because I guess he doesn't have to practice basketball right now. And on the Instagram Live, he was talking about God and Jesus and homophobia or homosexuality is not natural and, just like insane shit. Right?
Yeah.
And so the Bulls fired him. And they said because his behavior was detrimental to the team, which like obviously it was.
Do you know how many closeted NBA players I think there are?
Yeah.
Probably a lot.
I love that you're sharing this. Like you're the first person to ever think that.
Well, when
Everyone
I was in
thinks
Chicago,
that.
because when I was in Chicago, the reason I honestly stayed single for so long is I was holding out for a bull. I was ready to be a secret. Well, I moved. I moved because of you.
Did you ever go to the Bulls games? You were there for 18 years.
No, you don't go to the games if you're hoping to be a kept bull boy. You know what I mean?
No.
Seeking arrangements.
I don't.
It's like, okay, you didn't watch Heated Rivalry, but Scott loved Kip, but Kip couldn't come to the games because the love would have been...
Kip?
He's so hot.
That's his name?
Yeah, he makes smoothies.
Kip?
You do have to watch it. It's a really special...
Kip?
It's a really special show. And it's really quick.
Kip?
Yeah, he's hot.
That's a bi name. Now that's a bi name.
Yes.
That's a bisexual name.
Scott's bi.
Well, I don't care for that.
Anyways, so I didn't want to go to the Bulls but you have to get, I don't know, on a list or something. I wasn't able to figure out how to apply. I want to go back a minute to your Easter eggs.
Yeah.
So they fired the guy.
What?
They fired the bull.
Yeah, they fired the bull, and then he went on another rant and was like, I'm a great team player. I'm not detrimental to the team.
LOL.
Yeah. Grow up.
Did
dude.
you see the guy that accused Alan Rich? You know how Alan Richson is, the hot, tall man? Some guy went
Tall
on.
man from what?
He's in the new Reacher.
Yes.
Yeah. He some guy
hot.
went online and said Alan Richson beat me up, and you can see the footage. Someone took the footage of him kind of pounding on this guy, but then Alan Richson was wearing a body cam. He was motorbiking with his 2 sons, and he released the footage of his body cam, which was this neighbor stopped him when he was riding, and he fell off his bike and he hurt himself, and then the guy was being crazy and he was threatening him, so he did beat him up. And it's just so funny, the swift justice with which that happened.
Well, he's Reacher. Yeah, it was just like an old white man who was mad that people were being loud in his neighborhood. So he thought the bikes were moving too fast. So he was like trying to wave them down, and then he just stood in front of the bike.
And you see him fall. It's very interesting.
I gotta be honest, dude. Like, no one's on your side there.
Nobody's on your side.
No one's on your side.
No one's on your side.
And don't get me wrong. Listen, I'm also an old white man. Okay, I love being upset at noise in my neighborhood, but I'm not going to stand in front of Reacher.
You're not standing in front of Reacher. He is 9 feet tall if he's a day.
1,000 pounds of muscle.
And also his kids are right there. You're a piece of shit.
And his kids are reaching.
Speaking of kids, I'm sorry. I just real quick, I want to get into the Easter baskets, because what was in there? Was it just eggs and candy? Was there that little grass stuff? Or would you sometimes get like toys and treats?
Yes,
stocking
all of it.
vibes.
We got it all.
Oh, fuck.
I actually got my first, speaking of Judy Garland, I got my first Judy Garland framed poster on Easter when I was like 12. I remember thinking like, and it was one of those poster frames because my dad hated to buy new frames. So he just recycled. So it was like this
DIY.
1970s brass frame. And I wish I still had it.
Oh,
I know. Well, I think my brother said it is in my parents' attic, but I don't want to know where they live. I'm afraid of what I'll do.
Tell him to get it. He owes you.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Well, since it is our official Easter episode 4 days after,
yes, Queen.
I have a little kind of Tyra Banks game.
Uh-oh. Are you gonna shave my head?
No.
Good,
We're
'cause I already
start. We're gonna start with.
I'm Christina Gnomes.
Easter egg hunts. Darby, Christina, Darbstina, Crarby.
Yeah.
We have gone ahead and pre-hidden a couple of Easter eggs just in this room.
Okay.
And I'd like you now to go ahead and hunt the Easter eggs.
Do I have to get up?
Yeah, go ahead and get up and get them.
They're right there. There's one.
There's one right here.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Listen, I'm wearing my glasses for a reason. You know, just because you want to be pretty doesn't mean you can't wear glasses. People with glasses are pretty.
I think there's 4 more.
I'm Christina Gnomes.
I think there's 4 more.
Annie, will you hand me that egg over there? Thank you so much, Annie. Oh my God, I love this.
Okay, where else?
Okay, hang on. I sat on it? Oh my God.
Listener, she was sitting on one the entire time.
I wondered.
She was sitting on one the entire time, listener, and she's up and at 'em. She is looking. I know there are 3 more.
No, there's not. You said there were 4.
I forgot, but I know there are 3 more.
There are 3 more?
Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
You are warmer. So listener, she is kind of walking around the room. She's hot. Or no, she's cold. I forgot the name. Okay, warmer.
I'm warmer?
Uh-huh. And if you keep going that way, so she is looking kind of under some rock. And she is hot.
I am? Oh my God, I am.
She has found her 3rd Easter egg.
Okay, I just want to say, as you know what I feel like right now? I feel like you've seen those TikToks of the woman and it's like POV, you're checking out at a crafts fair.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to do this. I want to say, Alexis, this is the most fun I've ever had cross-dressing. And I'm including all those times I was cummed in.
Okay, there's too much. There's two more. I do have to say, I went to the grocery store. Warm, cold. I went to the grocery store to fix it. You can't, at least at our grocery store, you can't just buy, cold. You can't just buy empty eggs. Warm, cold, warm.
Oh no, that's not it.
Warm, hot. You can't just buy eggs like without stuff in it. You had to buy it with all in it. Cold. Warm. Heating up. Cold. Freezing. I'm sorry, listener. Hot.
I did it.
Okay. Yes, there was one hidden. All right. And then one left, and you're facing the right direction. Now you're cold. Now you're warmer. Yes, hot. You're facing the hot direction. Yeah, I like that. Keep your eyes to the skies. But I was like, I asked them, do you have just empty eggs that I can fill with my own stuff? And they were like, no, I think you have to. You're hot. You're so fucking hot. Darby, no, now you're cold again.
Be whatever you want to be. It's right here. I found it.
Yes, she found all the eggs, honey.
Listen, we can do anything if we put our dress on. You understand?
That was Easter egg hunts.
Oh my God. I gotta say, Alexis, I'm so sorry. I feel like I should have prepared a similar game for you.
No, absolutely not, because I got more of this.
incredible.
So that was Easter egg hunts. Now we're moving on to Easter egg cunts. Darby,
I think my ball was out. If that's true, Annie, will you cover it?
just
with
put an Easter egg over it. Yeah.
They're about the same size.
Darby,
What?
Easter egg cunts.
Yeah.
When I say cunt, who's the first name that comes to mind?
Mary Magdalene.
Okay. And in a British slang, cunt in it, who comes to mind?
Ross Matthews. I like him.
I love her. I love Ross
But
Matthews.
I feel like Ross Matthews is a British cunt,
I think so too.
right? Not an American cunt.
All right.
That doesn't make sense.
Australian Gina Philippe's cunt.
Is it bad that the first person I thought of was Hugh Jackman, and I want to stick with that answer?
Yes, that you need to go with your.
Yeah. Yeah.
You told me in the airport that this was the year of yes.
I'm saying, oh my God, y'all. Okay.
Yeah.
I never ask for what I want. If I feel like this could make my life easier, I know my first thought is, but it'll make someone else's life harder, and I'm not going to do that. However, we get to the airport. We were coming back from San Francisco. So we're in the airport. It's pretty busy-ish.
Yeah, and we were pretty early because we don't know the state of airports and the state of affairs.
We're just not sure anymore.
Mhm.
So we got there really early, and the flight that was going to Burbank, that was supposed to come back to San Francisco and pick us up and take us to Burbank, it was delayed. So there was still a flight to Burbank happening.
So
and we were-
essentially 3 flights because it was the same plane.
So we were just sitting there at the gate, and I was like, why don't we just ask if we can get on this flight? And normally I would say that, and then you'd be like, oh, that's a good idea. And I'd be like, no, I'm being silly.
I don't want to get them.
But
in. Yeah.
no, I went up to the counter like this. Hi, I don't know if this is possible. We are on the 6:30 flight to Burbank, but I see that the earlier flight still hasn't boarded yet. Is it possible? I don't know. Sorry to bother you, but is it possible you think I can make it on the plane? Do you think you could put us on the plane? I said, us. Well, this older man with a very thin ponytail.
He was
and
a
the
cunt,
biggest
for sure.
mole I've ever seen.
Oh, come on.
If they're mean, you can make fun of their physical appearance.
Yeah, okay.
That's the rules.
He was an Easter egg cunt.
He
for
was
sure.
a piece of shit. Anyway, he goes, us? Well, I don't know how I'm going to help you if you're by yourself and you're saying it's more than one of you. And I was like, whoa. And I was like, oh, well, she's just right there. I didn't know if it was, like I said, I didn't know if it was possible. Is it possible? And luckily he was training a girl who couldn't have been nicer.
She was lovely.
She was lovely. And so I guess he kind of had to say yes, because I promise you he would have said no.
I got to be honest.
I promise you he would have said no.
Here's what I think.
And he was mean the whole
if
time.
I may interrupt you.
Yes.
I think
Silence cross-dressing voices.
Yeah. I think gay guys sometimes recognize other gay guys and then they try. Let this be a warning to you young gays.
Dominance.
You cannot confuse being bitchy with being funny, because what ends up happening is you have the thinnest ponytail I have ever seen and the biggest mole Darby has ever seen.
Yeah, so big.
And you think you're being funny to a stranger that you're supposed to help. Legally, that's your job.
I don't think he thought he was being funny.
I think he did think he was being funny.
Oh, he was awful.
But that's the problem, is you think you're being funny, you're just mean. So let this be a warning to a lot of gay guys out there.
And you know, with Southwest now, you have to pick your seat. And so I pay for the extra leg room because I'm very long.
And she's got to make room for those bows on her knees.
Bows on my knees, bows on my knees. Look like a fool with my bows on my knees. Anyway, so he's showing the girl behind the counter like that those seats are open, that they're the exact same seat. So he's like, you know, normally, what do you say? Like normally you'd actually have to pay for this. You'd have to pay the difference.
But there's a bug in our system, and so you're actually getting this for free. And he wasn't saying it like, oh, good news. Like we got something for you to do.
They haven't done this yet. I don't know why they haven't updated it yet.
Yeah, there's a bug in this.
But we really
it was
need
almost
to be doing
like
this.
you're mad at us for asking. No.
I'm like, dude, you could have said no.
No.
And then he's like, well, he's like, and you won't get your bags. Your bags are on the other plane. You really should have done this at the check-in. And I was like, we weren't aware there was a flight because this flight is delayed. We weren't aware that this flight was delayed. So how would I have done that at the check-in, you piece of shit?
No.
Sorry. I hope his hair falls out even more than it already is.
It is. Listen, but do you think he gets Easter egg cunt this year?
Mm-hmm.
If there's an award, and it's made of bronze.
It's the guy at the San Francisco airport, works for Southwest, is obviously some sort of manager. Yeah. Tall, thin ponytail.
Yeah.
And a mole the size of his face. Grow up, dude.
You might be the Easter egg cunt. Okay, so the next in our line is Easter egg runts. And I have here another egg that wasn't part of the search.
You've been sitting on it?
Uh-huh.
I bet it's warm.
It's really warm. I tried to find runts. They weren't available. I don't even know if they still make them. So these are those Nerds gummy clusters that you like so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. And I have the rest of them that haven't been sitting in my ass.
I prefer the warmth of your ass.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget about your ass, and then I'll be in a store with you and I'll hear something fall over and I'll be like, I know it was her ass.
Okay, I am thinner than I've been in years.
But not your ass.
But I have been knocking things over so much lately with my ass and my bags.
Can I tell you that Grant, so she and my brother walked around San Francisco.
Oh, yeah.
While I did not. And they got stopped with people thinking that he was me, which I think is so funny.
It's so funny. Well, they could tell something was off.
They could smell the pussy on him. They could. Anyway, but he when he got back, he was like, God, this hurts me to say, but he was like, Alexis is just the funniest person in the world. I was like, I know. I understand. And he's like, she knocks something over everywhere she goes. And he goes, it's just so funny. Like, does she do that everywhere? And I was like, yeah, she's got a big ass.
Oh my God, is that funny?
You just have it's so nice.
Thank you so much.
I just want to say I love your ass.
Well, this next segment works great for that because the next segment is Easter egg dunce. And I don't have a dunce cap, but what I do have is my Christy Gnome cap.
Christina Gnomes.
Christina Gnomes.
Plural. Oh my God, that's so cute.
Thank you.
I think we look normal today.
You can kind of see if I bend over.
I think we look normal today.
And then, Easter egg blunts. Hold on. Okay.
To the guy, and I'm so sorry, I can't remember your name. I was drunk. To the guy who gave us gummies and single rolls or whatever at Bo.
You were hot.
And B, you told me they were strong. But I never know what people mean when they say that because I've had very mixed occurrences with that phrase. Bitch, I got so high that I could not. I took an hour-long shower in the middle of the night and I kept thinking I was at home and I kept calling out for my dog. It was wild. And then the second night, I decided to get high again because, and I got just as high. And I was watching Last One Laughing UK, and then automatically Last One Laughing Canada with like Tom Green, Caroline Rhea, and such as. And it was so bad. It was the least funny thing I've ever seen in my life. But I was so high, I couldn't get out of bed to go to the laptop that I'd plugged into the TV to like change it.
Yeah.
I watched the entire series. I watched the
Of
entire
Last One Laughing Canada
series. It was
that
horrible.
funny?
Don't watch it, y'all. It's bad. It's bad. And the host says fuck a lot. And then like, because they're nice and Canadian,
Wait, that's funny.
they were like, is there going to be cursing the whole time? Like they were not feeling it. And a lot of them, they got out because they forgot what the game was. Because they're so polite. They'd be talking to another polite person and they'd say something. They go, oh, that's funny. And then they'd be out. Canada, that one's not for you. Okay.
Yeah.
Healthcare, y'all have that. That's pretty cool.
Okay, Easter egg blunts. Here's a blunt for you. And I have my
Don't. I'm
rod
very
and
flammable. Alexis,
huh?
you can't do that in here. This is, you know how much this equipment is?
I'm lighting your blunt.
Well, it used to be worth a lot. I'm not so sure these days.
I'm lighting your blunt.
Oh, thanks.
Okay. Did you see that?
I did.
If I had only been able to do that at Survivor. By the way, I've had these in my carry-on the entire time. They don't care about Flint and Rod.
It's theater. The TSA is theater.
The
They're not
TSA is
keeping us
theater.
safer at all.
I
At
fully
all.
carried a Flint and Rod fire starting kit with me in my carry-on on the way back from Chicago and then to and from San Francisco. I forgot about it until today.
This trip proved to me that I have a lot of work to do around the TSA.
Mm.
I know they're just doing their job. However, they don't have to be so mean, especially since their job doesn't mean shit. And every time I get to the TSA, I'm in the worst mood. When we were on our way to San Francisco, we were walking into the security line and there was no one there. There was just a group of 4 girls in front of us.
There was no one
No
in
one.
the line.
There were 2 security or TSA people waiting for them to make it to the front of the line. And of course, all the stations or what stanchions, what are they called? Stanchions?
The stanchions. You're correct.
Of course, they're all up. So
Yeah.
we're zigzagging around nothing.
We're zigzagging.
And this girl, I would say like college age.
Yeah.
She keeps stopping to get something out of her purse.
She got her. This is the thing that pissed me, that sent me kind of. She stopped to get her passport out. Fine.
And we stopped.
And then
all of us stopped
and
so
then-
she could look for her passport.
Yeah, she kept stopping. And then she walked a little bit and then she stopped again because she saw the sign that said real ID. So she was looking for her real ID supposedly. And I heard her say that. But baby, you don't need a real ID if you have your passport out. You don't need both.
So while we're walking towards security and we're walking behind this group of girls, I remember thinking they're scraggling. They're wandering about. Maybe we should cut in front of them. No. You promised to not be a bitch this trip, so you're not going to do that.
She had just
And so I said to Alexis,
I'm working on being...
I'm not going to be
Mhm.
slightly annoyed. I'm going to be slightly amused. That's what I'm doing this trip. And then boom, this bitch tried me. So the third time she stopped, I'm looking at the 2 TSA agents that are just sitting there. And I'm like, oh my God. And so right after I tell her I'm not going to be annoyed,
She stopped 3 times.
I went, hey, babe, why don't you go do it up there? Why don't you go ahead and head to the TSA and then do it.
She goes, hey, why don't you look for it up there, babe?
Yeah.
And
look for it up there, babe. Look for it up there, babe.
It was so good.
But I was so, I get
so
that some
good.
people don't know that other people exist, but I don't think it was fully her fault. I think it really was a mixture of the TSA and the fact that I hadn't had my Adderall yet. But when we were on our way back, this guy, you know this, you stand and you get scanned.
Oh, yeah, when you stand in the little box.
So I do that.
I guess. Very, very,
And he goes,
very Zoran.
Mondani. And he goes, hey, here, you can just take your belt off and hand it to me. And I was like, if I take my belt off, I'm so skinny, I won't be able to put my hands up because my pants will fall down. His brain stopped. And there's got to be some training for that. right? At some point, someone
Yeah.
that has had to happen. And he just goes, yeah, just keep it on.
The thing is
none of it matters.
None of it matters. None of it's consistent, and none of it makes any sense.
USA.
But you did a really good job, despite the fact that you were internally flaming.
Yeah, just know that I'm giving myself brain cancer. I know I am.
Flames, yeah.
You know, being mad is really bad for your brain.
Do you know what helps me? And I would get so mad when we had to take our shoes off because that didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't matter. One guy one time threatened to put a bomb in his shoe, and now we all have to take our shoes off, or we did. Thousands of children get murdered with guns every day, but we don't have to do anything about that. Listen.
Well, no, just have more kids.
Yeah. But anyway.
Teach your kid to duck.
Here's the thing with TSA, especially now when they're not getting paid. If I don't have to take my shoes off, all else is forgiven.
Except for on our way back, there were multiple lines that had that new scanning thing where you don't have to take your laptop out.
Yeah.
And then we got pushed aside to the one line where you had to take the laptop out.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, that really, I was slightly annoyed.
That was a bump. Yeah.
I was slightly annoyed. I was slightly annoyed.
You know, but it's worth it because we get to go and have fabulous shows and meet our fabulous fans.
I got to be honest, meet and greets blow my ever loving mind. It's not lost on me that people are
be liking our stuff. It's crazy.
It's insane.
And I just want to shout out to Kendall. I had a very lovely meet and greet specifically this weekend.
Okay. Well, that's for after show talk.
Do you remember
the very first time you saw Funny Girl?
Do you remember Sasha who wrote in about she in Russia? And she was with the guy and he died.
Sasha is a girl who, she's a trans girl in Russia. Her apartment she was locked out because
she was locked out of her apartment.
The ice shut her door. So then she found a
regular ice, not
regular
that
ice, not that ice, because they're Russia. So it's much, much calmer there. And so she found a guy on an app, went to his house so she could take a shower before work. And then he died while she was in the shower.
Yeah. So we have some updates because we asked some questions. And it says, hello again, Alexis and Darby. It's Sasha. Thank you for reading my story out loud. I finally have a mental capacity to clarify some details Darby asked.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you're doing better capacity-wise.
And thank you for answering my question.
1, he was 38 years old. I found out his age after medics looked through his stuff to identify him.
A heart attack at 38?
Oh, my God.
Oh, but he did drugs.
My memory kind of blurred out his image. I remember him being a little shorter than me. I'm 5'10". Okay, you're tiny.
You're basically a baby.
Balding, but in a decent physical shape. Love.
I love a bald man.
He was in a white robe, and I think he had his underwear on when he went. Love.
Mm-hmm.
The toilet seat was open by the time of his death, but I also think that medics did lift him up and put it on a floor. I didn't look there. I don't remember the question that answers, but I love it.
Listen, thank you. First of all, thank you for revisiting.
So he wasn't on the toilet.
But a lot of people die on the toilet because dying doesn't feel good. And so you're like, well, I guess I have to go shit because that's the only thing we know to do. So it's okay to die on the toilet. Elvis did it. Judy Garland did it. My dad's probably going to do it. Just lean into it.
No, I don't think he's going to make it to the toilet.
I don't know, bitch. I think he's going to die from falling off the toilet. On a toilet, I hope.
Blumpkin.
Yeah, he blumps.
Number 5, I touched him and tried to wake him up because I was thinking he was unconscious. Then I called 911. Okay. Oh, this is so traumatic. Yes, body was there. They carried away the body a little before they let me go. I was not really a suspect until his wife arrived because when she got home, she started screaming and yelling at me, telling everyone it was all my drugs and my fault. But I had nothing on me, and she had no way to prove her story. They looked through my phone. Most of the police surprisingly were nice, but the detective was not. Now that's interesting.
Why is that interesting?
Because I feel like usually the detectives are a little nicer and the police are bad.
Based on a TV show.
Multiple TV shows, yeah.
Sure.
Law and Order, and yeah.
Hey, I'm just glad you made it out, honestly.
Yeah. I remember the smell being unpleasant. I think kind of sweet, but in a bad way. Oof. Ooh, that's the
Yeah.
worst.
That's the smell of death.
Sorry for writing so much once again. You didn't at all. I love you very much, and thank you for those kind words you said. Well, Sasha, we love you so much, and thank you for writing in your clarifications.
And stop killing men.
No,
Sasha.
keep killing them.
Stop killing married men who just want to be a man for their wives.
Well, do whatever makes you happy. We don't want to stunt your growth, but listen, we just hope you remain safe and remain
safe.
chill. And we love you so much.
Well, they're going to remain chill. It's Russia.
Honey.
It's Russia.
Well, speaking of death, we do have a death equals lady.
Death equal lady.
This is from Paul.
Oh, Paul.
Hi, Darby and Alexis.
Hey, Paul.
I wanted to share a short but sweet death equals lady. In the mid-90s, my great-grandmother, Nana Ethel, was in her 70s and went on what we would call a caravan holiday. Like a trailer park, but by the sea and aimed at the cheap but cheerful holiday market.
Oh.
I love cheap but cheerful. That's me.
Yeah. I've always called her cheap.
Sadly, whilst enjoying one brandy too many, Nana Ethel had a heart attack and died. Her daughter / my grandmother, Nana Janet, had to identify...
Nana Janet?
Nana Janet.
That's so funny.
That's a beautiful name.
Sounds like your Nana works in an office.
If I ever have grandkids, I want to be Nana Janet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had to identify her body and take possession of her personal effects, etc. And this included her handbag. In the handbag was a traditional pack of 3 condoms. There was only one condom left.
Yeah.
And then there's an emoji that's like a, it's like a, what's the 2 dots on top of each other?
Umlaut.
No, on top of each other, like 1.
Oh, colon.
And then an O. So it's like,
yeah. For those of you who can't see that, she just did that. So
I did a face.
You saw it.
I did a face.
You can imagine.
Nana Ethel had gone on a holiday to a coastal caravan park to get smashed, honey, and clearly didn't want an unplanned pregnancy or STI in her 70s. Well, though the sex might have been good for her joie de vivre, it might have been what had tipped her over the edge in the end. But TBH, good for her. Proud of you, Nana Ethel. I hope one day I die the same way, but on a nicer holiday and likely without condoms / raw dogging it. Anyway, lots of love, Paul.
Listen, old folks' homes, they have a high, they're like koalas. They have a high rate of STIs because they're all fucking each other, which I think they should. You're about to die. Do whatever you want.
Baby, wait. I'm sorry I called you baby. You just look so baby girl in this outfit.
Why?
You look so baby girl.
You know, my dad asked my brother about DoxyPep.
Yeah.
My gay dad tried to be slick and was asking my brother, look, so I've heard there's this pill and it protects against STDs.
At his age,
go
though,
about getting that. Yeah, old people get STDs.
No, but at his age, just let whatever happens, happens.
So if you got gonorrhea.
And I was your dad's age, how old is he?
82.
82?
You would just live with gonorrhea the rest of your life?
Well, I'd be like, what an interesting life experience. I'm glad I'm experiencing something new so late in life.
But you could experience something else new, which is curing it. Why wouldn't you want to cure your gonorrhea?
Well, of course.
Have you ever
your
had
dad's a bad person.
You ever had it?
No, I haven't had the pleasure.
Hurts.
Really?
As someone who's had it in his mouth or his throat, his butt, and his cock, different times. Well, maybe one of them was like all 3. But it hurts, bitch.
Oh my God.
Listen, if you're living with gonorrhea, just know that you're not alone. Even the hottest cross-dressers have experienced it. The worst one I have to say by far was the butt.
Oh God.
It just felt like it just cover your ears if you're listening. It was
and speed up if you're driving.
It just was like leaking this hot pus that felt like knives.
Knives, you say?
Yeah, and then I got scabies from the same guy. He was a band director in Kentucky. I know, I should cut myself. I'm Christina Gnomes.
Okay.
Plural.
I want to thank my special guest, Christina Gnomes. Do you want to promote anything while you're here?
Stolen Valor. Yes, I want to promote more dresses for boys. Okay.
Oh, this is what I was going to say.
What?
What if when we get older and we're done doing this, what if we open an old people community that's just for cross-dressers so everyone can dress how they want whenever they want?
Okay. I saw a reel today of someone breaking down
Isn't
the
that
whole
funny? Because you're
situation.
watching a reel, but what you need to do is put the phone down and go out in real life.
And be real.
Yeah.
And get real. No, I was watching a reel today where someone was talking about she had seen, I can't remember the context. All I remember is she was talking about the gnome thing. And she was saying, like, yeah, there's a reason it's been kept a secret. You know, it's not just that like he's ashamed. That's the kink of it for him. For a lot of the bimbos.
Oh, the secret.
It's that secret. You're living a double life, like all of that for the bimbos, at least, is what she was saying.
Yeah.
It's like that.
That's a fine secret to have as long as you're not actively trying to stop other people from living.
From having their own balloons.
Yeah.
Don't take away their balloons. I don't care where you were born. I think you should have big balloons.
Big balloons.
Sorry. What were you saying? Sorry.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. We'll see you next week. Happy 4 days after Easter.
IMHO the podcast at gmail.com.
Happy Easter.
805
4 days ago.
222-0026. Patron, stick around.
Sexual opinion. IMHO.